I'm going to make sure that there's hundreds of roles for the next generation and utilize the power that I have at this moment in order to do that. And nobody's going to get in my way.
In a world where political correctness reigns supreme and woke agenda dominates every corner of media and friggin' culture, one man dares to rise above the noise, shattering the status quo with truth bombs so powerful that they leave the internet buzzing. Now that man ain't none other than Hollywood legend Denzel Washington. So get ready to dive into Denzel's shocking revelations that got Hollywood on edge in the Twitterverse in meltdown mode. Unapologetic, unfiltered, and fearlessly outspoken, Denzel has become the voice the establishment doesn't want y'all to hear. In an era where celebrities fall in line, toe the politically correct line, and preach the masses, Washington steps in boldly to the spotlight to expose the inconvenient truths that most is too afraid to ever even whisper. The rumor mill's been working overtime, and this one's a little wild. And the latest buzz is that none other than Denzel Washington is gearing up to launch his own awards show. Get this, called the Anti-Woke Academy Awards. Yeah, you heard that right. Now the whispers tearing up social media claim that Denzel is done with the so-called woke nonsense infiltrating Hollywood and is ready to hit the reset button with an awards show that'll focus on, wait for it, traditional values. Ain't gonna be no more political pandering or social agendas if the rumors is to be believed. Denzel's had enough.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. I'm not done now. When the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
A viral Threads post featuring photos of Denzel in a fiery caption has completely blown up that aims at restoring traditional values. So is this for real? Well, if the online chatter's anything to go by, Denzel's new show is supposed to debut next year, and it's only gonna honor films and performances that steer clear of progressive ideologies. Ain't gonna be no more speeches about social justice, no more woke agendas gonna work out, just pure entertainment apparently. And of course, people got opinions. The tagline, "No woke nonsense allowed," is all over social media, and reactions are absolutely explosive. Now, some people's losing it, praising Denzel as a hero who's standing up to Hollywood's woke mob, while others are calling it divisive, inflammatory, and just plain unnecessary. Now, either way, it's safe to say that this little rumor has officially set the internet on fire. But for real though, can y'all imagine if this actually happens? Like, it would be an absolute game changer. Hollywood could be staring down the barrel of a full-on culture war. I mean, just think about it. A-list stars could be boycotting each other's shows, and the award season might never be the same again. Denzel flipping the script like this could send shockwaves through the entertainment industry, and honestly, what that fallout would be anybody's guess. But why does Denzel think that all this is necessary in the first place? Well, in a jaw-dropping, headline-grabbing revelation, the Oscar-winning legend threw a subtle shade at the industry's obsession with race and victim mentality that seems to be running wild, thanks to the woke brigade. Yeah, his words, and he went there. And look, it was nothing short of a mic drop moment. So what exactly did Denzel gotta say about the never-ending debate that has dominated the Oscar conversation for years? In his classic no-nonsense style, Washington spilled the tea, making it crystal clear. He lived it all, the highs, the lows, the rejections, the triumphs. He said in an interview, "I've lived it. I've been the guy at the Oscars without my name being called." Y'all believe that? Even Denzel Washington was snubbed. But wait for it. He didn't sit around wallowing in self-pity. Instead, he dished out the ultimate reality check. If you're looking for an excuse, you'll find one. Oof, take that, Hollywood whiners.
The Black Lives Matter movement helped race relations or not in America?
Well, listen, we live in America, and in America we have the freedom to express ourselves. We shouldn't take that for granted. So whatever the movements are, whether you agree with them or don't, they have the right.
Now, Denzel didn't just stop at the whole victimhood part. Nah, he completely rewrote the whole narrative. While other people's out there calling it unfair, Denzel's message was loud and clear. You just do the best that you can. In other words, forget all the excuses and do the work. Boom! And if this wasn't fiery enough, well, if y'all could hear his feisty take on Hollywood's obsession with identity politics, man. When asked why a black director was necessary to tell a particular story, Denzel dropped another powerful dose of truth.
It's not color, it's culture.
Explain the difference, because I think we're
Steven
in a space
Spielberg
right
did Schindler's List.
Shaking the very foundation of the woke narrative. Man, you heard it straight from Denzel's mouth. It ain't about race. In another parallel eye-opening moment, Denzel compared styles to Hollywood titans Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese, saying this, mic drop.
Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List, but there are cultural differences. You know, I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like. That's a cultural difference, not just a color difference.
Now I want to clap back, man. This dude is basically saying that it's not about the color of the person calling the shots, it's about their experience, their culture, something far deeper than the surface level. Identity-obsessed chatter woke culture thrives on.
Race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love.
So what's all this mean for Hollywood's elite? Well, Denzel's unapologetic, sensational take has set the internet ablaze, challenging every Hollywood starlet who loves to jump on the bandwagon of victimhood. Now, one thing's for sure, Denzel's not here to play the blame game. Now, he's all about the hard work, resilience, and throwing shade at the tired old narratives dominating Tinseltown. He's the man who's graced the silver screen for decades. And looking back on his early days before Hollywood in an interview, Washington recalls when an interviewer asked him what his life was like before he was an actor.
I was a garbage man. I like being a garbage man better. But they weren't bad jobs. It's like, people say, oh, the difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like, relax. I don't play that precious nonsense. Oh, move over, get out of here.
He shared, grounded in his philosophy and experiences far removed from the glamour of Hollywood. For over 50 years, Denzel's been dominating the screen due to his raw talent. Now, his influence on the film industry ain't just about the roles that he's played or the awards that he's won. It's about how he's broken down barriers for black actors and set the stage for a more inclusive Hollywood. In a world where representation matters more than ever, Washington has been a game changer. Now, he didn't just blaze the trail, he paved a whole new road for future generations. And that's where the woke culture comes in, challenging the status quo, demanding equality, and pushing for voices that were once silenced to finally be heard. Now, what's so powerful about Denzel's journey is that it isn't just about one man's success, but how that success can lift others up. He's been a part of a larger cultural shift, proving that diversity in film isn't just a trend, but a necessity. He made it clear that being unapologetically yourself, especially as a black man in an industry historically dominated by white actors, can not only earn respect, but can also inspire others. And this insight really cuts through the BS that acting or even being famous equals to hard work in a traditional sense. Denzel's message is spot on, right? It's the everyday grind of a person that really shapes character. He's all about resilience and taking responsibility, which is a refreshing change from the entitlement and victim mindset. It's like saying, yo, life's tough, but that's where real strength comes from. So what's the truth here? Is Denzel really gonna go rogue and start his own anti-woke movement in Hollywood? Or is this just another social media hoax spinning out of control? One thing's for sure, whether it's real or just wishful thinking for some, this rumor has put the entertainment world on edge. If it turns out to be legit, next year's award season might be the most dramatic one yet.
Who are we to condemn? I don't know all the ins and outs of the situation, but I know the only solution was prayer.
So what y'all think? Could Denzel really pull this off, or is the internet just having another meltdown over nothing? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video.